Hi friends, and welcome to this episode of DIY Waterworld. Here is a first. This is going to be probably one of our craziest builds ever. Right there, yes, I am building a DIY sub, a DIY narco sub, a DIY spy sub, whatever you want to call it. This thing is going to be absolutely next level. I can't wait to share this build with you. Hold on. Hello?
40s. This is Tony Fontana.
Tony Fontana?
Yeah, that's me. Hey, listen, I hear you got a sub. You got something for me.
Yeah, Tony, I've got a sub. I'm just finishing building it, actually.
Okay, man. Name your price.
A price? For you, Tony, a special price.
You got it, man. And remember, say goodnight to the bad guy.
What the? Tony, you okay?
Yeah, man. And remember, I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
Let's get this build started. So the donor boat for this build is a 1978 Tremolino 23. This is a trimaran, and I'm using the center section for this build. All right, so it's time to start doing some more work to the Tremolino. So I've been inspired lately. I went down this YouTube rabbit hole, of course, looking at old vintage PT boats from the military. I see this really cool boat called the GIMICK. I think that's the name. I got to double check it. But anyhow, looking at this boat, it essentially was built by the US, early days of CIA. It was built as a spy boat to drop spies off in Japan. Pretty amazing story behind this little boat. But essentially it was like the godfather of a semi-submersible, semi-sub, basically like the narco subs that are built, where the boats run just subsurface or right at the surface. So this is the boat I found, and I'm like, I'd like to build this without amas, like to keep it super narrow. So I'm gonna do a ballast in this. So I'm gonna do probably 800 to 1,000 pounds of concrete. I'm gonna basically, I wanna prep this. I'm gonna do a little false wall so I can have my centered area. Basically right between here, that's where the ballast is gonna be. So I basically wanna make this so that I don't need amas. You know, and you look how narrow it is. It's gonna definitely take some weight, but it's a displacement hole. It shouldn't really affect any of the performance. It'll only ride better in some chop with more weight. And this hole is so thick. You look how thick this is. Look at that. That's like, God, almost a ½ inch thick, 3/8 probably. So plenty of glass. So what I'm gonna do right now is grind and fill those holes. All right, so I just laminated the bulkhead. I already cooked the front. So what I'm running now, you see here, so what I've done is basically just enclosed it, created a little convection oven. So I'm just running a hair dryer. This is a good cheat to, especially this is epoxy. So, you know, I'd be stuck until tomorrow being able to actually continue work on this. But if I accelerate it by heating it up, I probably got it heated to about, I don't know, 140, 150 degrees. It kicks it off really quick. And the front, I actually ran it for about 30 minutes with my little makeshift oven. And this is already completely dry. So it's a good little cheat. If you go to do this, I'm going to tell you right now, do not use a paint stripper, a heat gun. Those get way too hot. Just your cheapo dollar store hair dryer works plenty fine. I run it on high. It moves a lot of air, so I like that. Airflow is really good when drying resins. Ideally, you could run a little thermometer. Make sure you don't get too hot. Last thing you want to do is be starting a fire. Burning down your boat. One of the biggest announcements for this coming season, I have partnered with FGCI. FGCI is Fiberglass Coatings Inc. They're a company that provides, number one, incredible customer service and knowledge. Number two, a phenomenal product. And number three, incredible value. If you've watched some of my past builds and videos, you'll see that I already incorporate FGCI products. I've been putting them to the test and I am absolutely in love with their products. I can't wait to share with you some of the upcoming videos of projects we've already done. FGCI is on board. They're making these videos possible. There's an old saying that I pretty much have lived by: support those that support you. You can implement that to any part of your life, whether it's friends, family, but especially business. And FGCI has really stepped forward to help with these builds and projects. They want to see this channel grow and they want to see you grow. They want to see you tackle your DIY projects. And I couldn't be more excited. I've got a link in the description of this video to their website. And let me tell you what, support them because they support you. They support this channel. They support the builds. And you know what? We have so much good stuff coming from FGCI. I'm really excited to share. All right, so yesterday at the Bulkhead Inn, so what I did is I just leveled out the boat to where I want it. I've got my concrete. So for this morning, I only got a couple hours to work on this. I'm going to mix up the concrete, pour that in. Oh man, pouring concrete in a skiff. Aren't I supposed to be making it lighter, not heavier? So I'm gonna pour the concrete, and then what I wanna do is, I made the executive decision. I'm cutting all of this off. You know, the whole idea, and this like kills me because this is really nice glass work that my buddy Bocce did. But even though it's foam, Divinicel, I want a lower center of gravity. The whole point of what this boat is being built as. So I'm going to cut this off. That's also going to give me access to working on the inside up front. So I'm going to cut all this off and pour the concrete. That's my goal for this morning. Let's do it. Here we go. Got it cut. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Not too heavy. Probably, I don't know, 40 pounds, something like that. Definitely save this. How strong it is. Crazy. I've got access to the inside. Isn't it crazy how this thing looks? All right, so here we go. Just finished cutting. We're getting there. A little bit left. I cut this motor bracket, motor mount. These are some of the pieces. I mean, this is a pretty, probably got a total of 60 pounds, maybe 50. Long, skinny boat. Yes! This thing is gonna be a missile through the water with like no horsepower. So everything's cut off. Obviously it needs some fine tuning, clean it up. But for the sake of getting most of the weight off, the point now is I'm gonna fill this center area with ballast. going to fill that with concrete. And then basically I want to put this thing in the water. I know I'm going to be trimming from the top. So basically creating a new shear line. The shear line is the line you see like the top of the edge of the boat where the gunnel usually is. That line, that sexiness is the shear line. So with what I want to do on this, I know I'm going to be cutting it probably right along there. So I'm okay with there being a little bit of weight still up there, because that'll probably be about the same as when I enclose the top and cap this whole front end off. So I'm going to fill this with concrete, let that set, and then I want to put this thing in the water as is, get some reference points of water line, where it's at, how much farther down, how much weight I'm going to have to add. My gut is that I'm going to need probably 150 pounds up front, maybe 200 pounds in here to make it sit how I want, because I'm going to have about 350 back here, and then where I'm going to be back here is 200 pounds plus the motor, so that's another 300 pounds. So that's going to be 600 plus pounds, maybe 700 pounds in the very back. So the front is going to need some ballast, and that's where the fuel tank will be as well. So yeah, let's make some concrete. Come on, come on. Last batch. We're almost there. This will be 400 pounds on the dot. Take a look. Film inside of here. Here it is. Oh my God. We making a sidewalk or a boat? Trying to get it be as level as possible. I don't want to really be grinding concrete, although probably no different than grinding a bunch of fiberglass. All right, so I need to figure out a water line in this boat. So right across the street, check it out. This is going to become my new float testing facility. Yes, this pond. Let's hope there's no water moccasins. This is the spot to do it. All right, no weight is 8 up front. 12 in the middle. 8 in back. No weight. About 11 up front. It's with 240 pounds of sand up front. All right, about 16. And then with the 100 pound, 120, we're at 11 and back. Okay, we're at 14 front, 18 back, and 12 back. Oh, sorry, 18 middle. This is with sand and back Mehmet seat, and then the 2 weights, so basically another 100 pounds up front. So we're at 340 front compartment. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank you guys for watching. Your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, they all mean so much to me. I appreciate you guys. After all, I do these builds for you, and they continue to make me want to do crazy stuff like this. So I hope you're enjoying this video. And oh yeah, check out the merch. Yes, going to be launching some merchandise very soon. Shirts, stickers, a couple other little things. You guys have asked for it, and it's a good way to help the channel out. So keep an eye out. It is coming. Let's build. All right, so now that we've got the water line figured out, I went ahead and connected the dots, basically connected the numbers. You can see, here we go. Chalk line running the whole length. So what I'll do now is just get some yellow tape just so it's defined and won't wear off. And then I'm gonna make, so I kind of already eyeballed it, but I need to figure out what line where I'm gonna cut, basically the shear line. I want this to be low profile, barely above the surface. So I'm gonna tape that off and then I'm gonna cut the top off. Time to suit up and cut. Let's do it. Now we got something going on. Oh man, tell me. Wow. What in the heck? Right, those suits weren't good, but man, they're hot, but well worth it. Just got to stay hydrated. So, oh my gosh, this thing is starting to take shape, literally. So, let's take a look what we've got. It's our shear line. So the yellow line is water line. I mean, this is like a knife. This thing is going to just slice through the water. I didn't think this thing weighed. This is probably a good, probably 50 pounds at least. All this glass, it's so thick. So that'll change a little bit of the water line. So now I've got to finish cutting the back, trimming it down. I'm now going to reattach my straps so that it stays stable. I'll finish trimming the back. And then I'm going to show you some of the layout, the form, the structure, what this thing is going to be like. Well, friends, that concludes this video for part 1. Part 2, I'm going to be finishing and getting this ready for a water test. It will be in the water. It will be tested. And I'm going to share with you, I'm going to unveil the plan of this, of this submersible sub, narco sub, whatever you want to call it. I've got a crazy plan for it. I am taking it for the ultimate test. It's going to be, well, it's going to be crazy. I promise you that. It potentially may be the wildest video I have ever done. Yes, the sub is going to be in full force. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on how this finishes out, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.